2023 Toyota Camry Hybrid versus Honda Accord Hybrid. Which one should you buy? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Up Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. For this video, we're going to compare two of the most popular, reliable, and well-designed mid-size cars that you can buy. The 2023 Toyota Camry and Honda Accord. And on top of that, I'm going to compare both in their hybrid versions, which is perhaps the most desirable one to go for. So which one is going to be the best mid-size car to buy, the well-proven Toyota Camry or the all-new redesigned Honda Accord? Well, this one might surprise you, so stick around until the end of the video to find out. And remember, if you enjoy and get value out of this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications. I post 2 videos a week, always straight to the point, valuable car buying advice designed to help you, the consumer. Now we'll start off behind the wheel of the Toyota Camry. Now, even though this is a 2023 model that I'm test driving, this design has actually been around since 2018 and is actually due for a complete redesign for 2024. Even so, this 2023 model is still a very well-designed car, and it's also available in a wide variety of different trim levels depending on what features you want and depending on your budget. Now, the Camry is available with 2 traditional non-hybrid gas engines. The base engine is Toyota's well-proven 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces just over 200 horsepower and comes matched to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, this engine doesn't produce a lot of power, but it is adequate for daily driving. It's surprisingly fuel efficient, and it also has a very well-proven reputation for reliability. This drivetrain should really appeal to those old-school types who just want a simple, naturally aspirated engine with no complicated turbos and no CVT, just a conventional automatic transmission. And for those who do want more power, you can still get the Camry with an optional 3.5-liter V6 engine with over 300 horsepower, although the availability is somewhat limited and I can't see Toyota offering it past 2023. In any case, I think the drivetrain that's the most attractive and intriguing to most is the hybrid. The Camry Hybrid uses Toyota's well-proven 2-motor hybrid system, which uses a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, combined with 2 electric motors, an eCVT planetary gear set transmission, and a hybrid battery pack underneath the rear seats. And like the regular 4-cylinder engine, this is a very well-proven drivetrain that Toyota has been using for a long time with amazing reliability. So you can buy one of these with a lot of peace of mind, knowing that it's not going to cost you a lot of money in repairs as it ages. Of course, the real draw to the hybrid is the fuel economy. It's able to achieve roughly between 45 to 52 miles per gallon, or 4.5 to 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is amazing fuel efficiency. Depending on your driving conditions, that's anywhere from 20 to 50% better fuel economy when compared to the regular 4-cylinder, which is pretty amazing when you consider the pretty modest price difference. And not only is the fuel economy a lot better, but this is also a far more refined and better performing system too. The hybrid's operation with the gas engine turning on and off is more or less seamless as you drive. It's also incredibly smooth and refined, and you also get a little bit more power than the regular 4-cylinder engine too. Really, the only significant downside to the hybrid is that you can't get it with all-wheel drive, like you can with the regular 4-cylinder engine, which is unfortunate considering that almost every single other Toyota hybrid is offered with all-wheel drive. But if you're okay with that, this really is an excellent driving car, and it also has a well-designed interior. The Camry's interior has a very straightforward setup with easy-to-use controls, excellent build quality, and plenty of interior space in both the front and rear seats. That being said, it is starting to show its age in some areas. For one thing, you have the infotainment system, which, although it is easy to use and it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it does have a very dated looking touchscreen, and it could benefit from having the new multimedia interface, which has rolled out across the rest of the Toyota lineup. And as mentioned, even though this is a very functional and user-friendly interior, it does have a few cheap touches here and there, especially when compared to the much newer and fresher Accord. On the other hand, you're really not missing out on that much when it comes to features. All of the options that you would expect to see are available, and you also have a long list of available active safety technology, most of which comes standard. And on top of having a lot of active safety tech as part of Toyota Safety Sense, the Camry continues to be a top safety pick by the IIHS, which is great to see. So as a whole, even though the Camry is starting to show its age in some areas, as a whole this is still a great driving car, and a very well designed one too. But is it really enough to be a better option than the redesigned Honda Accord? Well, I think it's time to get behind the wheel of one and find out. Alright, behind the wheel of the new Honda Accord. Now, as mentioned, Honda has completely redesigned the Accord for 2023, but it really is more of an evolutionary redesign as opposed to a revolutionary one. The outgoing Accord was already an excellent all-around car, and all Honda has really done here is tweak the design, increase the size a little bit, improve the safety, and just add a little bit of new technology. But just because the Accord has a much fresher design than the Camry doesn't necessarily mean that it's better in every single way. For example, the Camry does offer a lot more variety than the Accord. You can get the regular 4-cylinder engine or the hybrid in every single trim level depending on what you want and your budget. Whereas the Accord offers a lot less variety. The lower trims only come with the regular 4-cylinder engine, and the higher trims only come as a hybrid. So if you go for one of the lower trims, you get a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with a CVT continuously variable transmission, which is a carryover drivetrain from the previous generation Accord. This engine produces around 192 horsepower, decent acceleration, and very respectable fuel economy. But without question, the far more desirable option is the hybrid, which comes on the higher trims. This is the same two-motor hybrid system that Honda has been using in the Accord since 2014, so it does have a very well-proven track record. This hybrid system consists of an electric motor that powers the front wheels, no transmission, and a simple, naturally aspirated 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that works with a generator and a lithium-ion battery to produce power for the front wheels. It's a very effective hybrid system and achieves very good fuel economy, roughly between 45 to 52 miles per gallon, or 4.5 to 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers, very similar to what you get with the Camry Hybrid. And like the Camry Hybrid, this is a very smooth and refined hybrid system. The gas engine is more or less seamless, turning on and off as you drive, and you really don't notice it while driving. I would actually say that Honda's hybrid system is even smoother than Toyota's, and it also produces more power, with around 204 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque, which allows it to accelerate to highway speeds in just under 7 seconds. But not only do you get better power and refinement, but you also get a nicer driving experience. For example, Honda has programmed the electric motor in the engine to mimic the feeling of changing gears as you drive, even though there's no transmission, and it certainly feels a lot better than the eCVT that you get in the Camry. I also think that the Accord just has a much nicer balance between refinement, ride comfort, and handling. Although there's nothing wrong with the way the Camry drives, there's no question the Accord just feels like more of a driver's car, while also feeling more comfortable to drive at the same time. It also has a much nicer interior than the Camry, feeling a lot more upscale, with nicer materials and nicer fit and finish. You also have some better technology like this 12-inch touchscreen infotainment system on the higher trims, which is actually the largest one used in any Honda, even larger than the one in the more expensive Pilot. It just has a very good user interface. It's very fast and responsive, and it has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is great to see. You also have very straightforward climate controls, a digital gauge cluster behind the steering wheel, and lots of great safety technology too as part of Honda Sensing. And not only is this a very premium feeling interior, but it's also incredibly spacious, with a lot of room in the front and rear seats. The Accord certainly feels like a more sizable car compared to the Camry, closer to that of the now discontinued Avalon. After driving this Accord for a while, it's really hard to find anything that it doesn't do very well. This is one of those cars that really makes you question spending a lot more money on a proper luxury car, because you're really not giving up anything with the Accord, especially if you go for one of the higher trims, fully loaded with all the options. And as mentioned, you're also getting a great reputation for reliability, especially with the Hybrid, which has a very well proven design, and also very strong resale value too, much like the Camry. In fact, as far as I can tell, there's only one real issue with the Accord, and that's more or less the same issue that I have with almost every other new Honda, and that is the pricing. The Accord is priced from around $29,000 to $39,000 US, or $38,000 to $46,000 Canadian, whereas the Camry is priced from around $28,000 to $35,000 US, or roughly $33,000 to $43,000 Canadian. And as far as the hybrids go, you have to spend around $3,000 more for the Accord when compared to the equivalent Camry. And that's the real issue with the Accord. Even though it is a better car than the Camry in many ways, I'm not sure whether it's worth spending more money on. Even though it does have a nicer driving experience, better performance and refinement, and has a much nicer interior with some better technology too, it's really not dramatically better than what you're getting in the Camry. And as mentioned, as far as reliability, repair costs, and resale value go, both cars are equally very strong. So even though in many ways the Accord is the better car and the one that I would personally like to go with, if you're ultimately looking for the best value, the winner would still be the Camry Hybrid. So let me know what you think of the 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid and Toyota Camry Hybrid. Which of these two midsize cars would you buy? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also take a look at my other car videos by clicking these links over here. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and if you need additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to check out carhelpcan.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.